W7 Live, back with the final game of pool play between the Aftershock in Illinois and your Wisconsin Outlaws. Gary Whipperman back for our final pool play game before we hit into bracket play. We're in the bottom of the first. One run for the Aftershock in the top half on one hit, an error on the Outlaws. Hayden Sell now by later at the plate. W7 Fave. State qualifier in softball this year, and just one of those kids that you just, when you talk to her, you just know. I mean, the kid's a winner, and she knows how to interact with people, and just a great personality, great kid. This one popped up on the infield, and 1, 2, 3. Go to the Outlaws in the first. We've played one. It's 1-0 Aftershock. You're watching the 2024 Badger Summer Showcase on W7, presented by our friends, the Wisconsin Outlaws.
Jolly Good Soda. We put the pop in Wisconsin.
Sportsmanship doesn't stop when the game ends. It's part of the community you live in. Respect, character, dignity. Your community, your team. We're a proud sponsor of the WIAA Rural Mutual Insurance Sportsmanship Award and have been since it began. It recognizes that sportsmanship matters in your community. Visit ruralmutual.com/WIAA and see how our team and your community can work together to be true champions.
Well, we're hoping for no rain. We go to the top of the second. Aftershock leading the Outlaws 1-0, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. Zeros across the board for the Outlaws. First pitch, comebacker. Flip to first in time. Aubrey Lepak on the circle for the Outlaws. 1-0 in the second. This one hit down the line at right and foul. Defensively for the Outlaws, outfield left to right, Perez, Coffey, and Briggs. Infield left to right, Radke, Selno, Pettit, and Quest. And your battery today, Lepak and Johnson. Papers there. We're kind of moving some stuff around in case it rains, so I will tell you guys, if it starts raining, we are going to drop the live stream immediately. So we'll resume back when the skies are clear, but out in the open air, just can't risk the equipment. Tried that last weekend at State and paid mightily, literally and figuratively. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. I've got no roster at all for the Aftershock. No lineup, no nothing. So I'm going to have to try and dig up something. Otherwise, we're just going to call him F-Tomp and whatever we can see. We'll just go by last name. We don't have any first names. I didn't get it right. I mean, usually at club tournaments, you don't need all that stuff, but a little different here when you're live streaming it. The kids, you know, want to go back and watch later, and the grandparents want to watch and hear their grandkid's name and not number 48 or, you know, just by their last name. If you're watching and you've got a team coming up on W7, just keep that in mind. Make sure that if you can, that we're going to have rosters at least. Don't necessarily need lineup. We can figure that out, but at least full rosters with players' full names. Just checking their website and don't see anything there. I see 10U, 16U, and that's it. All right, well, we looked. We'll get back to live action. 1 out and 1 on. Thompson on first. This one popped up foul. This is moral. The moral of the story is we need rosters. How about that? You have to have fun, you guys. You have to. This one hit foul back to the screen. Good wind blowing directly in from the outfield, so there will be. We've had no home runs here this weekend at all, and I don't expect that changing tonight. One ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. This one popped foul. This one gets away from Johnson, and the runner moves down to third. That one low. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and actually hit her, so she'll draw walks of Morrill on first. And Thompson at third, and now the ball gets away, and the run scores, and the Outlaws are flipping the ball all over the diamond right now. I'm not sure what's happening here with this team in the early going. Have had fielding issues now a couple innings in a row. So now it's 2-0 as Thompson scores. And 1 out. There's a strike. So costly error for the Outlaws as we're in the second, 2-0 Aftershock. One ball, 1 strike. This is, I don't know, Schlitz? It's abbreviated, so I'm not sure. We'll go with number 33. I guess maybe is that her name on the back of her jersey? Three and one. This one popped foul. Schlickman? Sure, Schlickman it is. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Runner on second. And ball 4. Little dicey for these Outlaws here in the second. Two errors, one in the first and one in the second, and Coach Lepak wants to come out and have a word with the ladies and maybe just get everybody on the same page and settle down a little bit. It seems a little haphazard right now. Big thanks to the Wisconsin Outlaws for having us this weekend. It's been really fantastic. We're got a long ways to go yet, but always want to stop and thank Derek Damon and the Outlaws, all the coaches. They've been so great. The crew, I'll tell you what, the field crew's done a really nice job keeping this, at least the field that we're on, in good shape all weekend. It's not easy to do with all this dust flying around. I know I complain about the dust, but I mean that's the way it is. There is irrigation, but they're managing it very well. The field is in good shape. So appreciate that. Appreciate the just the staff. Everybody's been great to work with and making it as easy as possible for us to come in and do what we do. Here is Warren. One ball, no strikes. Here's the 1-0, high and outside, 2-0. First and second, Morrill at second and Schlickman at first with 1 out in the top of the second. Offered, and the runners move on. The catcher, Johnson, fumbled it on the transfer from glove to bare hand, and that allowed the runners to get an extra step, but that's all they needed. Now second and third with 1 out. This one down the line at first and foul. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 3-2 from Lepak to Warren. Popped up on the infield. Pettit calling for it and makes the play. Runners stay where they are, and then Pettit throws it wildly to home, and a run scores. Well, you make the play at second, and then you muff the throw to home. That's just not like Lily Pettit. Johnson had no chance to retrieve that, so instead of getting out of this inning, now it's 3-0. And again, it's really just throwing the ball around the diamond right now for the Outlaws. You don't win many games like that. That's the 3rd error of the game already. They're going to check third, and she did not leave early. Also not helping your pitcher here in the early going with these miscues. So 3 errors on the Outlaws. They trail 3-0. And on top of that, digging a hole that you're going to have to figure out a way out of. We talked about this, Chris and I talked about this many times. The margin of error is so thin among these teams that, you know, little mistakes add up quickly and big mistakes can be devastating, and that's what we're seeing here in the early going. A lot of time left to play, but you sure hate spotting the other team a 3 before you really get going and get into your own groove. No balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. This one, base hit, run scores. So the errors keep getting paid for with runs by the Aftershock. Great job by the Aftershock. They've taken advantage of every miscue, and they score again, and it's now 4-0. And the Outlawz fans, you could just sense some just frustration with what are we doing here? And again, as I've said many, many times, this is going to be a throw to second and safe. Had her picked off, but couldn't get the out, so the runner, Trzinka, moves on to second. As we've said many, many times, it's the great part of high school girl sports, and it's the frustrating part. It's the bitter and the sweet, right? You get both. Luckily, if you're the coach at UW-Whitewater, you don't have any of these problems. I mean, everything just flows smoothly all the time. I mean, it's nothing but smooth rapids all the way. That's those girls listen to everything coach says. They got it down. So, you know, at the high school level, a little different, but the Whitewater coaches are near me. I'm giving them a hard time. They do a great job. Of course, our buddy Abby Borchard over there at Whitewater, and love the program, love what they're doing over there. Always support UW-Whitewater. 2 balls and no strikes. This one hit to short, flipped to first. In time, and mercifully the second comes to an end. Woo, rough going for the Outlawz in the second. 3 spots to make it 4-0. We've played 1.5. Your new score, the Aftershock 4, the Outlawz 0. You're watching the 2024 Badger Summer Showcase on W7, presented by the Wisconsin Outlawz.
Fix TV. Live content like never before. Switch between multiple live channels with ease. Access anytime, anywhere with our user-friendly app. Fix TV brings the action right at your fingertips. Download now. Available on all devices.
Bottom of the second, and the Outlawz got some work to do, trailing now 4-0. Peyton Quest to lead off. Hey, by the way, tomorrow we'll be airing our Father's Day celebration video all day after every game, and also on social media. So be sure to check it out. I think you'll enjoy it. We got a lot of pictures from people, and excited to be able to show some great softball dads and how much they give to our girls here in the States, and I just love that. So we're excited about that. That's tomorrow. Check that out. 1 ball, 1 strike on Peyton Quest. That one low, 2-1. Quest ready. Down the left field line, and that's a just foul for Quest. Two balls, two strikes on Peyton. Break out our fun facts here on the Outlaws. This one again down the line at left and foul. If you could win an Olympic medal for anything you're good at, what would it be? Peyton, being late. Favorite subject in school, math. One meal the rest of your life, chicken Alfredo.